What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Live Fam. Now today, bro, we are going to be covering another monster, another entity, and this time it's going to be the likes of Cthulhu. And if you guys don't know what Cthulhu is, editor, you could pop up a picture right here. Basically, it's one of the scariest motherfuckers I know. And the first sighting of this that I personally seen has been in Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like that one guy, damn, I forgot what movie it was. Was it the second? I don't know. There's like 20,000 Pirates of the Caribbean. But anyways, I saw him there, you know, and it's basically an octopus creature with a whole bunch of tentacles or testicle or whatever's coming out of his face, you know what I'm saying? Whatever rides your boat. I guess he rides yours or rides the boats in Caribbean. You get the point. But yeah, it's a big giant entity and it was created by H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft is a writer. He came up with this. The first sighting was in 1928 when this was first put on a book or writing, whatever this was. And it's been interpreted in many different ways. You know, when I think about it, I think about a giant squid-like, octopus-like creature that's just super scary. Some people see it as like a giant thing, whereas others see it as like more of a human entity that has monster-like features. Some people even worship this monster and think that it's gonna come back and rule the world like it was before, I guess, you know, in people's weird minds. But on Google right here, as you guys can see, the body is described as a huge with a head like an octopus, like I said, lots of feelers or tentacles on his face, a scaly rubber body, claws, and narrow wings on his back. And the status actually says, this is pretty interesting, he rests in a deep sleep in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, that's not pleasant to hear. But anyways, as you guys can see, here's some depictions of Cthulhu. This is actually like the first little sighting that we've seen, I believe, from H.P. Lovecraft, if I did a little research right. This is like the origin picture right here on how it's supposed to look, and then, you know, you see everybody making their drawings of it, their interpretations, and this is absolutely fucking terrifying. There's no other way to explain this, right? So like always, we're going to be doing some research on this with the Wikipedia on it, and also with some clips that we see on YouTube and stuff, and just break it down like how we done Cartoon Cat, Siren Head. If you guys like this was unintentionally made kind of a series where I break down monsters and stuff. And like I always say, it's just like a blanket overview of things, not like a super deep dive, but I do like to do research, like covering it with you guys, if that makes sense. Like we're both researching together and learning about it first time. So without further ado, make sure you grab your popcorn and let's see. Chat, first of all, I want to watch this short that says who is Cthulhu, so we can maybe learn just a little background.
Who is Cthulhu? Cthulhu is a cosmic entity that was created by science fiction horror writer H.P. Lovecraft.
As we said,
Cthulhu is classified as one of the great old ones and is said to be at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean in a deep slumber.
And this is exactly why we don't know what the hell's in the ocean. Because like I said, we can't even confirm if these motherfuckers are myths or not. Now, the one thing I would say though, is that I feel like if there was monsters like this underneath the sea, you know, even deep like this, there's no way they wouldn't get curious and come up, right? Like there's got to be some curiosity. But you also don't know, right? I mean, if you just are okay in a certain habitat, then that's cool. But it's like these big cosmic entities that are so vast compared to everything else that would probably be down there. Now, there is giant squids and stuff. There is things that could probably be bigger than we can ever imagine down there. So that's something we have to take in consideration as well. But I'm just like, damn, I mean, it looks like it has the ability to go up and go onto the surface, right? So why wouldn't it get, you know, curious? Why wouldn't it just keep on swimming? Dory hit us.
Deep slumber. This is an immortal god that possesses incredible powers and abilities.
Immortal
For
god,
one,
damn.
Cthulhu knows everything that's going on in the universe and knows everything that will come. Cthulhu also has...
So that explains the whole background why people would deadass worship it, whether it's in like a fictional being or people in real life probably believe it and stuff, is because they believe, you know, that he knows everything that's going on in the universe, everything that will go on. So look at it as like a god, you know, how people look into Jesus Christ and God himself. So that has that relation to it and explains why people literally worship it. I was wondering why that was a thing. I know they looked up to it just as an entity in general, and there's plenty of gods and stuff that people can believe in, but I didn't know, you know, the actual origin behind it and what exactly they believe.
The universe and knows everything that will come. Cthulhu also has great psychic abilities that allow it to communicate with anyone in the world through their minds at any given moment.
That's scary.
Perhaps the most notable trait, though, is that it cannot be comprehended by humans. If a human was to look at Cthulhu, then our brains wouldn't be able to comprehend what we're looking at, and we'd instantly go mad. Thank goodness this is all fictional. At least, I hope it is.
Yeah, we better hope. We better hope, buddy. That makes complete sense, bro. I mean, something like this shouldn't hit our eyes in the first place. So that's already out the window, right? But, you know, it does make sense. He has all these psychic abilities, powers, and all that shit. And he basically just lives in our heads, rent free. Maybe he does pay rent. Yo, Cthulhu, pay rent, my nigga. fuck you doing, bro? You just stayed on my head rent free? Hell no, but nah, I'm running up them checks, bro. Anyways, but no, for real though, this is actually very scary. Imagine this was real, chat, you know? Obviously, it's fictional for the little teamies that are getting scared in their pants, peeing their pants right now. It's not real, but this does make for a great storyline of a movie and stuff. I know there's probably movies, games, all that shit on Cthulhu, which I'm probably gonna have to check out in the future, knowing this entity at this point. But this is super cool. It's super dope that it has these psychic abilities and all this stuff. And it kind of reminds me of Wi-Fi's with that King of Yellow thing, where you look at it and you instantly fucking go insane. You can't comprehend. You can't take in all the knowledge at once. You know, I'm sure that's been a concept in a lot of things beforehand. I'm just referencing the latest things that we've seen that we can relate to this, right? So just one of those concepts of you cannot bring it all in. The normal human brain cannot take in this information or this fucking being in the first place. It's too vast for our minds to even think about receiving. You feel me? So that's scary right there. All right, chat, we're gonna read like a little story background onto how someone had narrated what they seen and what they seem to believe that was Cthulhu itself. So in Lovecraft's works, the only description of Cthulhu himself, as opposed to his stone idols, comes from the narrative of Gustav Johansen, the lone survivor of a group of sailors who stumbled upon a portion of sunken Rillier. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. After it briefly emerged from the sea due to cataclysmic tremors in 1925. Johansen's testimony emphasizes the gargantuan size of the creature, which is compared to a walking mountain. That's fucking insane, bro. So you telling me the way that they described this was a walking mountain. Now I want you guys to go outside. If you're anywhere near a mountain right now, just go look at it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh wow. Or just look into the distance, in the far distance. Open Google Maps, whatever you want to do to look at the size of just a normal mountain, bro. Now just imagine that shit walking towards you. Oh, hell no. The Seaman describes Cthulhu as a gelatinous green immensity. Wow. With flabby claws and a squid head with writhing feelers. Johansen's phrase, a mountain walked or stumbled, gives a sense of the monster's scale. Yep. So basically, you know, for a little to me, I don't understand that. It's just giving a sense of the monster, like how big it is. You know what I'm saying? Comparing it to a walking mountain. This is corroborated by Wilcox's dreams, which touched wildly on a gigantic thing miles high, which Walker lumbered about. Holy. So not only this thing freaky as hell with the tentacles coming out of his face and everything, gives an anthropod caricature of it, but also it's completely vast. A mountain comparison that we're getting right now. Nah. Johansen recounts that two of his companions died of sheer fright as they saw it. That's fucking insane. Oh my gosh. It made their heart rate shoot up so bad, their cortisol shoot up so bad that they literally died out of shock seeing this thing. While three more were swept up by the flabby claws of the monster. As the others tried to escape, a man named Parker was swallowed up by an angle of masonry which shouldn't have been there. Part of the mysterious alien geometry of Riley, a William Breeden, who managed to reach the ship, had lost his sanity as he saw the creature swimming after him in pursuit and kept on laughing at intervals till death found him one night in the cabin. Yeah, ain't no way I'm laughing at this motherfucker. Yo, yeah, I'm finna keep on swimming. Hell no, ain't no way you catch me laughing, boy. Ain't shit funny. I'm trying to get on his good side. I'm like, damn, you look sexy as hell, Cthulhu. Let me get them tentacles. You know, like, I'm saying anything I got to survive this shit. My nigga, like, what is you doing? Laughing. What the hell's funny, bro? I love eating octopus and squid, but nigga, we gonna turn into the plate if you keep laughing. Yeah, he gonna have a fork and knife like these underwater. No, I'm not playing with that, bro. I'm not playing. Okay, so this is another interesting fact right here. It says in the stories of Brian Lumley, it is suggested that the creature encountered by Johansen was not actually Cthulhu, but merely one of his star's spawn, thus implying that the actual Cthulhu would be even more formidable and difficult to escape from. Bro, if that's true, oh my gosh. He's basically saying, in other words, that this is just one of his little minions, man. This is not even a real thing. And we talk about mountain size, walking mountains. Yeah, we talking about that. Walking butt cheek mountain. Wait, what would a mountain butt cheeks look like? Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that this motherfucker was just a minion? Yeah. So what is the size of the actual Cthulhu? That actually makes sense now that I think about it, because I mean, they say once you look at Cthulhu, the actual Cthulhu, you will go insane. You will not even be able to look at him, because if you see even one side of him, you're done for. Your mind is turning into a well done steak or something, bro. Like, I don't know. You're just gonna be done, buddy. Let's watch this clip right here. Oh, hell no. Fool. Yeah, this gotta be the worst nightmare ever. Holy crap. This was a really good, this gotta be like AI though, huh? Yeah, it's a little AI thing, but still, you could kind of see the resemblance of what we've been describing and looking at right now. What is this? Oh, this is by Mr. Friend, so. Cthulhu versus the Bloop. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I think Cthulhu solos. Like, he solos. There's no way he doesn't solo the blue, bro. After what we've been reading and the things we're going to be reading on next, no way. Because he has one key component. Oh, hell no. Yeah, I'm glazing this motherfucker to the umpth degree, bro. Yes, you look sexy, bro. I love your eyes. I love how they glow at me, bro. Please don't eat me. Oh, hell no. Ain't no way. See, this is more of an accurate depiction. But you know, the crazy thing is, I think he's even more like 10, 20, 30 times bigger than this. Like, in the real sense of what I'm getting from our description. Look, you start going crazy looking at it. Oh. That's a good detail right there. And then you got the bloop. Oh, nah. God damn. No way, he just popped up and ate him like that. Nah, bro, we gotta see that full fart, bro. Ain't no way. It's right below me, isn't it? Look from Cthulhu right before it's eating. So damn comedic. Yo, ain't no way. I think Cthulhu was solo the blue. They ain't no way. I mean, maybe the strength level is not there, but I'm just saying, like, because it's massive, and what we're about to learn is that it can actually regenerate and stuff. So it has a lot of attributes to it that I feel like will make a good fight. But the one thing I will say, no, they're both water creatures. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the bloop does have more mobility than the Cthulhu could possibly have. But I could be wrong about that. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and stuff. But yeah. All right, let's see if we can find some more clips, bro.
I came across the following video several times while doing research on giant creatures.
Yep.
According to some people, this...
I want to see the clip, bro. Let's see.
But imagine that you appearing in the ocean.
Oh, hell no. Look at this. Woo! Yeah, imagine you're just at the beach or something. Because look, you can see the sand right here. This looks like a beach or resembles it at least a little bit. Imagine it's a cloudy day and you just see this motherfucker.
The ocean. Then you would be shocked. I think many more news outlets would have been...
That's insane. It seems like Mr. Friend has like the animations that I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and watch this from Mr. Friend. Because I just want to see like a live depiction. Damn, going from a class plane to seeing Cthulhu. Nigga, you must feel like you the Lulu. I mean, you must feel like you're going straight cuckoo. I mean, this shit is real, bitch. This is not a foo-foo. Wait, no, okay, let me stop then. And then it goes instantly dark like this. Oh, nah. It is what it is. Just go to sleep, dog. In the middle of the ocean. Cold as hell. Oh, hey. You're Cookiana, bro. You're Cookiana. Just go ahead and put yourself on the grill, man. Just go ahead and grill yourself for it. Just get it ready. You know, put some seasoning on your body. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Oh, that's tough. Oh, it's getting closer. Oh, damn. Fuck. He just flips you over. Oh, hell no. This nigga just put a hand out? Nah. Imagine this being the last sighting of your life, bro. That's fucking insane. That was amazing. That was beautiful visual work because this characterizes exactly what we've been reading on, bro. Just this giant entity in the water. These glowing red eyes. You guys think he had these glowing red eyes like these? That low-key makes it 10 times scarier, bro. Like, if it had just straight black eyes, it would still be scary. But especially at nighttime, those red eyes do it some justice. Some terrifying justice. Let's see. This person said the lore of Cthulhu.
Ancient priest the size of a mountain emerges from the depths of the ocean, indifferent to the fear and madness it imparts in humans. It's Cthulhu, the most iconic and horrifying creature from writer H.P. Lovecraft. Beyond Cthulhu's sheer size and grotesque appearance, what's most interesting to me is the impact this monster has on people. They are driven to fear and insanity at the mere sight of the beast. This is a common trope in Lovecraft's fiction.
The mere sight. And you guys remember, one story we reference is this guy basically debunked Cthulhu being a part of the Johansson story, saying that wasn't him. That was a minion. That was a star, what do you call it? Basically, he said it wasn't him. It had to be one of his minions. And the fact that one of his minions scared one of Johansson's team members to death. I mean, scared him to death. You know what I'm saying? Imagine what the real Cthulhu would do.
The beast. This is a common trope in Lovecraft's fiction. Dismissed at the time of publication, Cthulhu's reputation has grown in notoriety, reaching an almost cult-like status. The lore surrounding Cthulhu has turned it into the infamous dark star of cosmic horror.
Yeah, it definitely turned into a huge thing because I've always like heard of Cthulhu. I know the name. I just never actually did research on it and knowing exactly what it was. But we've seen it a lot in probably scary games sometimes. Anything when it comes to the lore of the sea and like the sea creatures when we cover them and stuff, and in movies and stuff. Like I said, the movie I saw Cthulhu in, bro, let me see. Cthulhu and Pirates of the Caribbean. See, it says, while Cthulhu does not officially exist in the Pirates of the Caribbean universe, the iconic villain Davy Jones, which was the guy that turns into this ugly thing at night because they're cursed, was heavily inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's famous tentacle cosmic entity. And as you can see, this is the character right here. You could tell is heavily inspired by Cthulhu, bro. As you can see, this is like a depiction of Cthulhu, and then this is the guy. I mean, it's spot on. You know what I'm saying? Lots of inspiration here. But this motherfucker used to give me nightmares as a kid. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That motherfucker's scary as hell. All right, y'all, let's read a little bit more on this Wikipedia page. So right here it says regeneration. That's insane already. I mean, we don't have to read no more and just like, what the fuck you mean regeneration? After Johansson rammed the alert into Cthulhu, which is name of the ship, I'm assuming, the creature's body was raptured like an exploding bladder and turned into a blinding green cloud, which soon started to reform itself. Oh, hell no. In other stories, Cthulhu has managed to survive the detonation of an atomic bomb. Are we dead ass? Although in Robert Bloch's novel Strange Eons, his physical body is indeed destroyed by the bomb, and he only survives by being reborn into another body. I mean, that's still scary, bro. That's still scary because he's just gonna hop into another body on some Orochimaru shit. Said Lovecraft establishes that Cthulhu can never really die. It is impossible. Yes, that is true because he is a immortal being, according to sources. It is possible that the destruction of his body would not result in a permanent death in any case, but something akin to banishment to another dimension or location, as has been demonstrated by other entities of the mythos, such as, I don't know that name. I'm not even gonna try to. The Horror from the Hills and Baitis. Okay. Another one, shapeshifting. In At the Mountains of Madness, the artwork of the Antarctic Elder Things shows that the star spawn of Cthulhu, and thus presumably Cthulhu himself, are made of a type of matter unlike anything on Earth, which allows them to undergo transformations and reintegrations that are impossible to life forms made of traditional matter, such as Elder Things themselves. Yeah, that's fucking insane. So it can shapeshift, turn into pretty much anything it wants. It can regenerate. It can eat your cheeks. Like whatever it wants to do, it's gonna do it. That's a fact. And then obviously it has the psychic abilities. We've been pretty much covering that in those videos we watch. It can literally telepathically talk to humans and convince them that they know everything about the world and what's going to happen, what has already happened. So that's another thing, which then leads to people treating it as a religious factor. All right, this is pretty interesting right here. It says, although the details vary widely, most sources generally agree that Cthulhu and his star spawn are currently in a death-like state of dormancy, possibly akin to suspended animation, estivation, or hibernation, from which they cannot emerge without outside assistance from their cultists. Okay. The ritual to release them might involve the opening of dimensional gateways, as suggested in the Trail of Cthulhu series. In many cases, it is assumed that they can only return to life when the stars are right. Okay. So if that is true, obviously they need their cultists. They need the people that are praying to them to basically say the words, and that'll let them out. But the stars have to be right. Everything has to be aligned for them to spawn. They don't just be in a natural habitat. They don't just be existing for no reason, you know? This liminal state between life and death is illustrative in Lovecraft's statement that the dead Cthulhu waits dreaming, and rendered poetically in the infamous couplet of Abdul al-Hasred. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange aeons even death may die. Now, one thing I personally want to look up is how strong is Cthulhu? And ever since we watched him against the Blue, I've been wondering this question. Cthulhu is an unimaginably powerful compared to humans. Yeah, compared to humans, yes. Capable of driving people insane with a glance and moving mountains. But he is relatively weak within the cosmic scale of H.P. Lovecraft's universe. Wow, okay. He serves as a high priest to the outer gods, meaning greater boundless entities exist far above him. Wow. Okay. That's actually surprising. I thought Cthulhu was going to be like one of the strongest that H.P. Lovecraft has made, but hey, we're learning now. And now with that, I don't know who he would necessarily win against. Now, when it comes against humans, there's absolutely no human that could go against him. That's just a fact, right? He could make people go insane at the very sight of him. So humans stand no chance. But I just want to measure him against other entities, right? Like, can Cthulhu even stand a chance against Siren Head? We just learned about Siren Head. Can Siren Head take Cthulhu out? I don't know. Will Siren Head go insane seeing him? I don't think so. I think he's in the stratosphere of Cthulhu, but we never know, right? And then those, the El Gran Maha, the El Bloop. You know what I'm saying? Or not the El Bloop, but just the Bloop. I think they might have a one hand over him. Now that I know that he's not as strong as I'm anticipating, or that I assumed, maybe, you know, he can't just be taken out by other entities and he just kind of, you know, preys on the humans and stuff. That's why when he saw that human in Mr. Fred's video, he was like, there's my food today. Okay, another question I wanted to ask is, what does Cthulhu eat? And it says that he does not eat standard physical food. As an immortal, non-human cosmic being made of flabby, indescribable substances that defies earthly biology, which explains why he don't need fucking food. I mean, he's not from here at all. He is sustained by stellar forces, dreams, and the primal chaos of the universe rather than regular matter. Wow. However, within the sunken city of Relay, his cultists historically sacrifice human victims to him. That makes sense. Remember what I just told you guys? I think he just preys on the human victims. Although this was done as worship rather than to satisfy a biological hunger. That makes sense. That makes sense. He is something that is not known biologically, is not proven. So he's just an immortal being that's just infecting the minds of humans, having them worship him and release him whenever is convenient. And then they think that they need to do these sacrifices, sacrificing their own humankind to feed a fucking monster. Weirdos. Only humans, right? So he literally feeds off psychic energy of the people and just of the world in general, right? All the chaos that it could possibly create, it feeds off of that. It loves that. It loves rage baiting. It loves doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So Cthulhu needs to be stopped. I don't like this nigga no more, bro. Bro, just rage base. But yeah, chat, that was a quick little coverage of Cthulhu. I hope you guys like this. Let me know if you guys want me to continue doing this. Other monsters you guys want me to check out. You guys leave it in the comments. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.